Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me, Asheville WX app users. We've got some storms that are popping around the area and just wanted to give you guys a live update. Going to start doing this more often in the app to let you guys have some special features and especially when Facebook is down. But we're going to be using this more often. So here's this storm cell that's popped in around Asheville and is bringing the scattered showers. It's going to continue to move through portions of Buncombe County. I think it's kind of split itself, and we'll see some redevelopment here and some more redevelopment here as this kind of moves in a southeast direction. Some more showers along the North Carolina-Tennessee border and moving into Marshall right now. Let's take a look. I want to thank Red Wolf Contracting Services and AR Specialists for sponsoring my website. Let's look around at some of these cameras and let's look at the Henco Repro Graphics camera. You can see off in the distance that big storm cell that has developed and is moving off into the Bent Creek area. So that will push into Bent Creek, Royal Pines, right there along Brevard Road. That's going to continue to push into your area. So watch for that and check all of that camera as well. You can see some of these other storms that are developing as well and pushing in towards Marshall. But not as strong as these storms were about 45 minutes ago. They looked real stout, like they were going to really push into Asheville, and can't rule out this cell right here that's split continuing to move through and maybe redeveloping, but I'm really not sure on that one. You can see that cell is right here, and we'll see if it splits and affects downtown Asheville or not. The short-range model had it affecting downtown Asheville, but like I said, these models don't take into account the cloud debris as well as what comes to fruition. So the sun is kind of blocked out. The model had it moving east, or almost due east, but does kind of look like it's going to move more southeast and affect like Avery's Creek, Fletcher, Mountain Home area, those locations into the afternoon. So just be mindful of this if you're moving around the area. Saw some hail in Canton, and this afternoon I got a report of marble-sized hail. So I'm not sure if we saw any type of damage, but if you could report that to me, I'd be very appreciative. So thank you guys for joining me. These storms will move out by sunset, and you should be good to go late through the evening. So thank you for joining me. Really appreciate all of your support, and check back later. We'll continue to watch this cell, and I've got my eye on it, but really thinking Etowah, Hendersonville, Mountain Home, East Flat Rock. That's where these showers will move. But looking outside, that cloud debris has really blocked out a lot of the sunlight. Looking at the Grimes-Tice-Anderson camera, out here on the Haywood County Farm Bureau camera, though, we had a real big cell that developed, and that was what we were watching into Candler. The sun is still shining out in Waynesville, and so we could see another cell pop up out there. But I think the models have dampened that environment, and we shouldn't see too much more development. But I was watching some heavy rain, thought that this was going to move straight through Asheville, but it looks to have dissipated, and some slight redevelopment could be possible, but really not anticipating that to the fullest extent. I'm going to leave you guys here looking at I'll come back in just a second, but we'll put you on the Henco Repro Graphics camera, checking out that storm cell as it. Look at the backside of that now. That is really going up. So I'd expect that it's splitting. What we've seen is a splitting supercell, and that's going to continue to move in towards Hendersonville, and likely that updraft right there is going to cause some rainfall problems for those of you who are making that later commute and moving around town later this evening. So, like I said, watching that's big storm cell there. This is over Bent Creek right now, and you can see it on the radar. Avery's Creek, and moving into Henderson County towards Etowah. So that's what you're seeing the backside of that. That's that big anvil going up right there, moving towards Etowah. So heavy rain shaft right here coming down, and then that updraft there. That rain is falling from that updraft all down this direction. So just be mindful of that. Like I said, we had some hail reports in Canton, and we also had some heavy rainfall in Candler. So you can check out these cameras as always. Here's the boundary that we're kind of developing on. The sun out here and is providing that fuel on the Cayuga camera. And that will continue to, out here in Hendersonville, that'll continue to create a favorable environment for storm cells to develop. So watch for that as we move through the next hour or so. Trying to just give you guys a heads up. Back in Asheville, as you check the Camp Cedar Cliff camera, that cloud debris has kind of blocked out the sun for a good majority of the area, and those storm cells are keeping themselves at bay. We've kind of had a lull develop, and as that cloud debris got out in front, we've seen this main redevelopment. And as a new radar image comes in, you can see that new redevelopment that I was speaking of in Biltmore Forest, between Biltmore Forest and Royal Pines, moving towards Fairview. So if you live in Fairview, expect some heavy rain here in the next couple of 15-20 minutes, and that could persist depending on what this cell does. I'm not sure if it's regaining its strength. You can see some heavier bouts of rain here in West Asheville, but not really making it to downtown Asheville. We thought that cell might move east. That's what the models were showing, but it looks like it's split a little bit more, and it's dragging itself a little bit more southeast, so going to affect Hendersonville and Royal Pines area, Mountain Home, Fletcher, all those you're in line to see some heavier rainfall in the next 30 minutes or so. Thank you guys for joining me. Really appreciate all your support, and have a great evening. Thanks.